Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the trained unprofessional, and welcome back to Winds of Change. On the last one, we got to the tavern, and now we're actually gonna go inside the tavern. Can you believe it? So let's get along. Let's go. The grass. I don't care about the fucking grass. I want to go inside the fucking tavern. I don't care if it's well taken care of.
It's a lot taller than I thought it'd be.
What?
Well, it doubles as a sort of hotel. I'm assuming the topmost floors are private rooms.
Yo, really? That's cool. Maybe we can rest before we leave.
Why is it all echoey?
If we have the time, perhaps we can. It might be nice to explore this place in person. I've read about it and heard lots of stories.
Does it sound echoey to you guys?
What kind of stories?
If they're true, you'll see for yourself.
I just want to go inside. I don't. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh, it was way the hell up there. Why the fuck was it up there? Jesus. When we enter Peregrino, we're greeted to an argument. Normally I'd look around the tavern, but it seems pretty heated. The barkeep, angry, seems to yell at an annoyed man in front of him.
Absolutely not! There's no way! Take that letter back to Dominic in pieces. I'm not giving up my beloved Peregrino, Pro.
It would seem that he's talking to Pro, the man we came here to meet. For some reason, I find him extremely familiar. I can't pinpoint why.
Aaron, you don't want to test me. This is for the good of Alestia. Don't be selfish. He wouldn't act outside of our best interests. If you don't agree, he'll cut your funding. You wouldn't be able to keep up. You'd go out of business. This isn't exactly the best place for a watering hole, you know?
The barkeep must be named Aaron. He seemed to be on the receiving end of Pro's threats.
I'll make do. I have to. This place is my home.
I don't know why the voices sound so echoey right now.
We're not asking you to move. You just have to let Dominic do what he wants.
Samira's off to the side watching as well, drink in hand. I exchange glances with Valles and Fortame, who seem a little startled. It seems that this is escalating quickly. What should I do? Everyone's saying interrupt. Okay, let's go with that. I decide to intrude on the argument before it gets any worse. What are they arguing about exactly? That's what I choose to ask first. Aaron scoffs and Pro gives me a sly smile, like my interruption benefits him.
Dominic wants me to shut down Peregrino. He wants to turn it into some stupid barracks.
It's for Valenorth's safety, you know? With an army here, the village would be safe. Future attacks could be stopped before they even start.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with the voices.
At the cost of my home, you mean? I refuse to do this. You can't make me.
You're acting like a child, Aaron. Like I said, you can still live here. It just wouldn't be a tavern anymore.
But that's what it was meant to be, Pro. That's what the rebellion wanted. Neutral ground for both nations. You can't change your mind just because you want something else.
That's exactly why we can change our minds. Aaron, stop being stubborn. Lives are at stake here. Look me in the eyes and tell me your tavern is worth those lives.
But...
Pro cuts him off before he can continue and looks me in the eye.
Hey, Seer, give us your input. Without an elder, you're in charge of Aaron. This place still falls under Valenorth's jurisdiction. Or do you not know the secret of Peregrino?
The secret of Peregrino? What does he mean? I look at Valles and Fortame and they shrug. He must have recognized me from the blade on my back.
Back when your elder formed a treaty with Mazeo, it's not like they trusted each other immediately. Both sides were scared of walking into a trap. So what was the best thing to do? Meet each other halfway. That's right. This place was built for secret rebellion meetings. But things are changing. Valenorth deserves an army to protect it.
It seems like the rebellion wants Valenorth to be resettled as well. That puts me at ease. I was worried that they might throw it away like nothing. All the patrons look pretty happy here, but Valenorth could benefit from an army. I think about the secret he just told me. Makes a lot of sense. A tavern in the middle of the forest isn't the best place to run a business. Dominic must be lining Aaron's pockets to serve the rebellion's needs.
Don't tell me you're considering this, Seer.
Talk about putting me on the spot. I hope this isn't a frequent event. I don't feel like this is my choice, but due to the current circumstances, it is. Milas resigned as the Elder, leaving me in charge until I elect a replacement. That reminds me, I'd still have to choose between Valessa and Fortame. However, it's probably best to take things one step at a time. First, Peregrino. I strike a pose that implies I'm in deep thought, but truly I'm at a loss for words.
Think about it logically for a second. If this was a barracks, Valinor would be safe. We'd fight off the Triumvirate forces for you. It may be too late now, but we can plan for the future. Damek is requesting this of Aaron, but you can order it. He'll be expecting answers as soon as we arrive in Mazeo.
Pro seems to know a lot more than I initially thought.
He has a point, Seer. Technically, you're in charge of the entire nation. And if it sounds like I'm putting pressure on you, I am.
Thanks.
We have a lot to do. We can't waste time over stupid fights. Help them resolve this so we can talk about important stuff.
So this is all happening so quickly, I can't even find the time to think. It feels surreal, almost like I'm in a dream or vision, but it's real. Any attempt at collecting my thoughts goes on to be promptly interrupted.
There's no reason to turn this into a barracks, though. If you win this war, Alestia will be safe and peaceful. Damek is being hasty. He's not thinking straight. Seer, I beg of you, don't take my home away from me.
Everyone stares at me, expecting me to make a decision. Their watchful gaze fills me with anxiety and I tense up. Maybe I should ask for advice before making a decision? Oh, Jesus. Alright, let's ask everyone for advice, starting with Ulrich.
Look, I already told you to hurry up. There's no downside to placing an army here. Aaron is just being whiny and resistant to change. You have the chance to prove yourself as a capable leader. Don't cave under his demands and give him what he wants. An effective leader does what's best for everybody. Think about Alestia when you make a choice, not Aaron. And that advice will help you every time you need to make a decision. Catering to individual people is a great way to garner hate.
That's a good point. What do you think, Valessa?
Whoa. You actually want my input on this? I guess it is my duty to assist you, but I'm surprised. I'm only supposed to guide you when it comes to visions. If I had to choose, I'd keep this place the way it is. After the war, Valinor and the rest of the world will be safe. Why would we train an army after we've taken down the Triumvirate? If I were the Elder, I'd commit myself to maintaining our independence. That means living outside of conflict like we've been doing for millennia. Siding with the rebellion and putting an army here will tie us to future wars. Until today, even you were raised in an independent Valinor. I can understand a temporary alliance, but we should go back to normal. I honestly think it's kind of an insulting idea. We can take care of ourselves.
That's so naive.
It's an
Fortame.
interesting situation, to say the least. But that doesn't mean the right decision is hard to make. We should ally with the rebellion, then place an army here. If our Elder had done that, then Valinor would be fine. In my opinion, we need to work toward a united Alestia. That would have saved us this time. It can save us in the future. Either way, I know you also need to choose a new Elder. If you already have someone in mind, then try to cater to them. It's important that they're left with a nation they'll be proud to lead.
Oh, way to fucking go. So I'm basically... Oh, Jesus. This is the rebellion's building. If the leader of the rebellion wants it to be a barracks, then it shall be so. I couldn't leave Valinor defenseless in the future. I had to do everything I could to prevent future attacks. My first order as acting Elder was to militarize Peregrino.
I thought you'd be smarter, Seer. Stealing people's homes? No better than the Triumvirate. I hope you understand what kind of image this gives off.
Fuck off.
I'm not going to argue with you out of respect. Valinor has been my home for ages, and I love the people. Looks like we're both losing our homes with no say in the matter.
You had your say. Now I've had mine. He crosses his arms and walks off, ensuring I feel guilty. Was that really it? Was my word considered law? I don't think I've fully grasped the extent of my power yet. Aaron's immediate surrender implies that he was bluffing earlier. Or at the very least, he was all talk, trying to intimidate Pro. Speaking of Pro, he turns to me, gives me a wide smile.
Oh, thank you so much. Without you, that would have gone on forever. Ulrich was right. We have other things to tend to.
He walks over to a nearby table, high-fiving Ulrich along the way. The large man looks at me and nods, signaling his approval. But after that, he walks towards the table as well. Time for a meeting? I wave to Velez and Fortame as I walk over to the table. A few moments later, we're all seated together, exchanging glances. We wait for someone to break the silence, unsure of what will happen next.
Ulrich,
Pro?
I thought you might find yourself here. Domek must know about the new plans then.
He assumed you were slacking off. Now that I'm here, I guess it's half true.
Don't worry, I had it planned all along. You can doubt me, but everything worked out. Here we are, all together and ready to plan.
I need to get all of you back to Domek as fast as possible. We need to make some moves and plan our final attack.
He looks at me and then at the blade on my back.
You'll be training under a pretty strict regimen. Domek wants you to master that blade as fast as you can. Now, I already told you about the spirit idol they found in Museo. Domek wants to use you and that blade to tap into its power. He thinks it would give us more of a chance to win this war.
Wait, a new spirit idol? I didn't know that could happen. I thought we had all of them mapped out for a long time.
I'll assume your studying abilities are limited in Valenorth, but the occupation was just a cover for the Triumvirate's true goal. They were looking for this spirit idol, so they could destroy it.
Ooh.
Whoa, hold on. Why would they want to do that?
We don't know, but that's why Domek wants it first. There's a possibility that it poses a threat to their reign. Legend has it they destroyed Alarinthia's idol as well.
Wait, Alarinthia's idol was destroyed?
It was so long ago that they almost never had one. That's why it turned into the arid wasteland it's become. Kind of like how Valenorth will freeze over, potentially.
So, Domek wants to use this new spirit idol for power. Isn't that risky? Does he even know what will happen?
Nope. This has never been done before. Unless, of course, we're talking about your friend here.
He stares directly at me. He must be talking about my power. It was gifted me directly from Valenor's now dim spirit idol.
You mean he wants to use the power on people?
As far as I know, yeah. It could give our army just the push it needs. There's even a chance it could turn them into seers.
An army of seers. Do you realize how crazy that sounds? I can't believe Domek would want to do that.
Hey, I'm just theorizing. We have no idea what will actually happen. We just know one thing. The Triumvirate wants it destroyed.
And that means they don't want anyone else to have it. So there must be something we can use it for, right? We think that this is part of your destiny, Seer.
My destiny?
It's not a coincidence that all of this happened at once. We find the idol just as you realize your potential. Perhaps it's that potential we need to be using.
Basically, it's gonna happen like this. We'll get to Museo, and Domek will start your training. When you feel comfortable enough, we'll bring you to the idol. You'll use your power to tap into it and empower our army. Then, you'll help Domek lead our final assault on Balteus. We'll take down the Triumvirate in their own home.
Wow.
He really has it all planned out, huh?
Yeah, smooth sailing once we get to Museo. But I think it would be too dangerous to leave right now. It's almost nighttime. We should rest and leave in the morning.
I agree. I made good time on my journey over here. We'll still be on schedule even if we stop to rest. Spirits know I need it after the long trek I just took.
Resting does sound pretty good right now. It's been such a hectic day. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, And it'll give us time to discuss other matters. I'm down to rest, Ulrich. Just point us in the right direction.
Not so fast. Let's hang out for a bit first. It's still early enough that we can have plenty of fun. Go look around. I won't be too far behind, all right?
Oh, sure.
Veles and Fortame leave the table and start looking around. That's what I would have done, were it not for the earlier argument. Ulrich and Pro look at me and let out deep sighs.
I'm gonna go grab a drink. Seer, when you're ready, take any room you want. We'll head to the Outlook at dawn and journey down to Mazeo.
He gets up and walks away, leaving me alone with Pro.
Look, I'm sure you're processing a lot all at once, but you're not alone. We're about to go to war. I'm overwhelmed too, and so is Ulrich. He might not show it, but I'm sure he's scared. There's never been a battle like this before. All we can do is play with the hand we've been dealt.
Pro has now permanently joined the party.
I'll see you around, all right? Watching everybody drink is making me thirsty. If you miss me, you'll know where to find me.
Christ. He leaves the table and goes to grab a drink. All I can do is hang out for a while and then go to sleep. Maybe I could talk to Pro for some information too. Whatever I did, though, this would be my final night in Valenorth. Click there in the top right corner to advance the story. Otherwise, feel free to explore Peregrino at your leisure. Oh my god, there's so many things. Okay, what the fuck is that? Party banter is affected by a choice to turn Peregrino into barracks. Oh. Lovely. So there I have a red icon because fucking Aaron's mad at me. Well, let's just start at the top.
Oh, hey Zamira. It's good to see you again. I was starting to worry you might...
Oh, come on now. There's no need to worry about me. I'd worry about Valenorth. There's no more gate guard.
Oh yeah, I guess that was your job. I'm glad to see that you got everything done. Did you, happen to touch that sword by any chance?
Absolutely not. I kept it under wraps the entire time. We put it in the Grand Tree for safekeeping.
Whew, good idea. I'm just really curious. Domek was able to use it, however briefly. And not only that, but he had a vision too.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Didn't you guys find a new spirit idol in Mazeo?
Yeah, I think he wants to harness it for power. I didn't stop to ask, but it's all he talks about now.
Well, isn't it inside your new HQ?
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Didn't Damek frequent those underground tunnels? Maybe he was exposed to some level of spiritual energy. At least, enough to let him have a vision or something.
I don't think that's how it works.
It's a possibility. At least give me that much. That blade challenges all of our understandings.
Alright, your theory has merit. It's really odd, but it makes sense. Can you even imagine if it was true?
Maybe that's why Damek wants to harness its power. Giving regular people visions? He'd have an army of seers. There's no way the Triumvirate could fight against that.
Whoa. Hey, how'd you learn about this stuff anyway?
I overheard a few things, that's all. No one is leaking intel or anything.
Good. We can't have any moles. The rebellion, as it is, currently hangs on threads. It's only thanks to that anomalous blade that we stand a chance.
Well, that's a surefire way to make sure that this shit goes
Hey, you were working
haywire.
with the seer?
Yeah, something like that. It lasted all a couple hours.
What do you think about him?
I honestly have no idea. It's hard to believe that our fate rests upon one person. I don't think I could put my faith in somebody that way.
Why not?
It's a big gamble, isn't it? Too risky.
Yeah, but faith is all about risk. You believe in spite of overwhelming odds. You fight, even when everything tells you to stop. You don't have to agree, but it's true. Without faith, the rebellion wouldn't even be here. Alestia would remain under the Triumvirate's grasp forever.
You have a point, Ulrich. It's impressive that you've come this far.
And we still have a long way to go. But we won't get there if people don't believe. Have a little faith in us, alright, Zamira?
Well, I can't say no to that. Just don't let me down, alright? When we make it through this, I'm buying drinks.
Oh, you mean you aren't buying right now? And here I was, buttering you up for nothing.
That's funny. Alright, time for the negative fucking talk.
Can you believe Domek's nerve?
Don't worry. He knows what he's doing. He wouldn't act outside of Alestia's best interests. Whatever he's planning, I trust him.
Even if it means losing my tavern?
I can't change my outlook. Sorry.
Alright, at least you can relate to me a little. Without Valenorth, your job is gone too.
Yeah, looks like we'll both be unemployed. Maybe we could look for a new job together. We're all going to Museo, right?
It's the closest place to go, but I think the pirates have the monopoly on that place. You think the new Rebel HQ will have a tavern at all?
Beats me, but I know Museo has one. When we get there, how about we scout it out? Start looking in your comfort zone, and then branch out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, Zamira. You're a good guy. I hope you can find a new job as well.
I might ask Damek if he has any openings. I don't need money, just food and a place to live. He's offering that to everyone from Valenorth.
I guess he really is a nice guy, but he's taking Peregrino away from me. It's hard to side with someone like that, you know?
I understand. Don't worry. Everything will work out. We'll need more barkeeps when this is all over.
Really?
Yeah, of course! Imagine the celebrations when we win! This isn't permanent. You'll be fine.
Oh, that's good. It was negative, but it didn't go overtly negative.
Hey,
Hey. I don't like this face. I don't like this face. How did you come to join the rebellion?
I joined shortly after the occupation. The previous leader recruited me. It seems that children with revenge on their minds was in both high demand and supply. I grew up with Damek and a bunch of other kids our age. They trained us all in war. Ulrich joined a little bit later. He's older and was already trained. As you could have guessed, I lost my family during the occupation. A common tale as of late. But we're finally ready to take on the Triumvirate. We'll take back the future they stole.
Hell yeah. What can you tell me about Damek?
He's a really nice guy, and we've shared a lot of the same struggles. There's no one else I'd rather march into battle with. I mean it. His tactics, his strategy, it's really something else. Watching him on the war table is nothing short of an honor. I can't wait to get an interview with the guy. His story needs to be told. After this all blows over, I'm sure he'll go down in history as a hero.
Well, that guarantees he's gonna die. Do you think he's a capable leader?
Did you not hear what I just said? I mean, of course he is. He's the best. Not only capable, but exceeding expectation.
Are the other rebels embracing his leadership?
Yeah. And the transition between leaders was pretty seamless. He was close to our previous leader, so he picked up on a lot of stuff. It's almost like he was being trained from the start to take over.
What are his plans when we arrive in Museo?
He's been obsessed with these underground tunnels lately. He wants our headquarters to be hidden and well guarded. I think he's trying to strike a deal with the mayor of Museo. That means the mayor is defecting from the Triumvirate. That's good. We have a huge advantage as long as that secret isn't leaked. But there's something else he's been talking about as well. In the same tunnels he wants to claim, he discovered a spirit idol. A massive one, flowing with unfathomable amounts of energy. I think he wants to tap into it with that blade and use that power. You're living proof that idols can empower people, right? If we could do that to our army, we'd be almost unstoppable.
You think we'll take down the Triumvirate?
With the right strategy and that special blade, of course. I'm just glad that Damek is the best strategist I've ever seen. Then there's you. I'm not so sure about you yet.
Lovely.
With the right training, I think you'll be fine. So that's what we'll do when we get to Mazeo. Train. And no complaining about the hours. The fate of Alestia is at stake.
I'd like to talk about more specifics.
Oh, sure. What did you want to talk about?
God. I lost my family in the occupation, too.
Join the club. Almost everybody lost a family member during the occupation. At least it helps you relate to the others. You're not alone in this. I can't imagine tackling this struggle all by ourselves.
Have you enjoyed your time with the rebellion?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's not an ideal place to be, though. If the occupation never happened and my family were here, that'd be better. But you gotta make the best of what you have, so I can't really complain.
Where do you think you'd be without the occupation?
Probably somewhere a lot safer than Mazeo, working on my next big hit. I'd be a totally different person, too. The last 10 years were spent on training. It's almost impossible to find time to myself, you know? But most importantly, my family would still be here. I always wondered what kind of people they'd turn out to be. So, without the occupation, I'd probably stick by their side.
Were you part of the Exodus raid?
Not really. At least, not in the way you'd think. It was all about reconnaissance for me, staying on the high ground. I mapped out a lot of Balteus, so our leader could come up with a plan. When they raided the Triumvirate's castle, I stayed far behind. They made sure that nobody got in my way, and I mapped the castle too. We're gonna take advantage of that map when we attack them again. I saw the corpse of our leader as Damek carried it out. It was horrible. After that, he buried it underneath Mazeo in those tunnels he likes. But with that blade and the castle plans, one final attack is all we need.
What do you think about Ulrich?
Well, I've known him for years, and he's never let me down. I don't think I've ever seen someone so strong. He's unbeatable. If he went back to Alarinthia, he could easily become its ruler.
Damn.
But he never gives up the chance to tell us how much he hates it. So, I guess we're stuck with him here on the mainland for a while. I wonder what he'll do once all of this blows over.
Can I trust him to protect us?
Of course you can! I can't think of anyone better. With him by your side, you'll never be in real danger. Don't tell him I said that, though. His ego needs to stay in check.
Yeah. Sylvie, I don't know, we need to say that. Get the feeling he's hiding something. You've really never seen anyone best him in combat? Shit!
Probably just being paranoid.
Damn
He's a
it,
good man.
didn't mean to say that.
Though I can see why you'd suspect something like that. He's pretty reserved. He doesn't like talking about his past. But trust me, he's a valuable ally to both you and the rebellion. I wouldn't push him away. You'll need him more often than not. Who knows? He may even open up to all of us one day.
Never really seen him best in combat.
Absolutely not. The man sure knows how to use that blade. I sure hope I'm never on the receiving end of his rage. He'll be a key figure in every upcoming battle. I know it. If you want to know for sure, he's always up for sparring. I think the new Rebel HQ will have tons of practice swords. Make sure to tell me if it gets that far, though. I'd love to watch.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm a bit of a gambler. I love to take risks and have them pay off. Aside from that, I like to write. I fancy myself an author, I guess. After this war, maybe I'll get to focus on that a little bit more.
What kind of stuff do you like to write?
Non-fiction, mostly. I like to chronicle the stories of important people. So, and this is just an example, but yourself and Damek, you'll go down in history. But you need to be real, not a legend. Like I said, I hope to write more stuff when this war is over. I don't exactly have much time to myself, even on the best of days. It's hard for the other rebels to find time too. I need to eavesdrop.
Sounds like you want an interview, pro.
Hey now, I'm not hinting at anything like that. I'd rather wait until things die down, to be honest. No offense, but you haven't done anything noteworthy yet. Hopefully that will change with time, and then we can talk. But for now, I need to focus on Damek and the other rebels. Your story has yet to unfold, and as such, has yet to be written.
Any juicy secrets or interesting facts about
Nothing
the rebels?
I can tell you. An author never spills his secrets. If someone else can tell my stories, then what's the point? I take these to the grave. Or at least until I publish them.
I don't need to worry about those others. Do you have any other hobbies?
I like to cook. Actually, I like it a lot. I'm always in the kitchen. I have to take it easy, though. I used to eat way too much. I was fat. But that's almost a lifetime ago. It only took some practice and self-control. Well, self-control and exercise. I'm always on the move. Aside from that, I like to go to the theater. Plays are great nowadays. That's pretty much it. I'm not the most exciting person, to be honest.
Oh my god. Hey, let's talk about his weight. That's perfect. I can't imagine you being much bigger than you are right now.
Wait, is that a compliment or an insult? You know what? Don't answer that, actually. I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you.
Fuck. Are you down to exercise together sometime?
Absolutely! It's so far to find a workout partner these days. Well, unless your idea of a workout is using practice swords. I prefer using daggers and my fists. I focus on agility. The enemy can't hurt you if you kill them first, right? At least that's what I like to tell myself. I seem useful in combat. I've never had any complaints, and Dominic usually asks for my help.
Can you recommend some good plays?
There's one I really love. It's called A Tragedy in Balteus. The hero works for both the good guys and the bad guys. The good guys find out, and they kill him in cold blood.
Damn.
It turns out he was good all along. He was just using the bad guys. Their hasty choice causes them to lose, and the bad guys kill them all. It's really tragic and ironic. Everything a good story needs.
Is there an active theater scene in Museo?
Yeah, there really is. There's a huge theater, but it's tucked away. Most people never see it since it's right in the middle of the marketplace. But there's a loyal following, and there's always something new to watch. I'd love to be a playwright, but I don't think that's my calling. I think I'm better off letting the masters tell their stories.
Tell me more about your plans after this war.
I'm not sure, actually. Maybe I'll focus on my writing career. But I'd need to retire somewhere nice and free of distraction. Museo is just so busy. It's hard to focus on anything. Maybe I'll find someone special and bring them along. This is all up in the air, of course. A lot could change. I probably shouldn't plan it out. I'll play it by ear.
Oh my god. Are there any places you'd like to retire?
I'd say Valenorth, but I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe Balteus, if I can get used to the cold. It seems quiet there. When the Triumvirate is taken down, we can settle there for once.
Are you seeing anybody right now?
Oh my, are you asking for yourself? Either way, the answer is no. I haven't had time for that. Love and war don't mix together, unless the formula is a tragedy.
Any recommendations for what I should do after?
Whatever you feel like doing. We'll be free and capable of anything. Far be it from me to tell you how to live your life. Do your thing.
Halfway through, how long have you been here at Peregrino?
I've been here for a couple weeks, much to Domic's dismay. He wanted me to bring the blade to Valenorth and get you immediately. I guess maybe he thought the attack was going to happen right away. An outsider marching into Valenorth with a weapon would be a bad idea. That's why I wrapped it up and gave it to Zamira to keep safe. I knew Milas would give it to you, and you'd come here eventually. I knew we had spare time, so I decided to play it safe. Besides, Peregrino is a pretty cool place. Aaron sure is fun to hang out with.
Do you think... I don't give a shit. What can you tell me about Aaron and this place?
The rebellion needed a neutral location between Museo and Valenorth. It's pretty much the same distance away from both nations, after all. They held meetings here and conducted business free of geographical bias. It was especially important during the early days of the rebellion. The alliance between Valenorth and Museo was rocky at best. You guys weren't exactly open to forming treaties with outsiders.
What do you know about the Triumvirate?
Not much, to be honest, but probably more than most. I pride myself on picking up weird information. And if you're talking weird, they really fit the bill.
Can you tell me more about the history?
Their rule goes really far back. Like, we don't know about a time without them. A lot of people in Alestia consider them gods and say they created our world. But there's no way to know for sure. They never answer questions like that. It's really rare that they come out of their chambers. I've never seen it happen. And I'm starting to wonder if I ever will. I bet that's where we'll take them down. We've tried to lure them out, but it never works. They see right through our tricks.
Where did they come from?
I wish I could tell you. Nobody knows, and they'll probably never tell us. They'll probably take that secret to their ever-nearing graves.
How old are they?
How old is our world again? Yeah, they're that old. They've been here since the dawn of time. I wonder how we'll kill people so strong.
What do they look like?
We have no idea. We just know about their cloaks. They're given an affectionate nickname, White Cloaks. They wear these beautiful white robes trimmed with gold. Kind of like that blade you've got on your back. Leads more credence to the theory that they created it. Kind of ironic, isn't it? Being killed by their own creation.
Are they really gods?
I'm not really sure that gods exist. At least not in the conventional sense. It's almost like that blade is a god. It has the ability to repurpose our spiritual energy. That's how they make their army, right? Maybe they used it to gain immortality too. If that's true, then where did the blade come from? I'm terrified just thinking about it. What is that thing?
Do you think they're truly evil?
I don't think any ruler is truly evil. The needs of a world and its people are always changing. I think they're out of touch on what Alestia needs right now. And in their heads, I'm sure they consider themselves good. I'm sure they have a reason for all the terrible things they've done. I know the rebellion sure does. Our hands aren't exactly clean.
Where do you think they got this blade?
Either they made it or they found it. Both options are terrifying. If they found it, that means it came from somewhere. Another world, even. In that case, how many worlds, how many people were victim to its power? On the other hand, if they created it, they must be almost unstoppable. If they made it on their own, then by logic, they have to be stronger than it. Doesn't exactly fill you with confidence to march against them, does it?
Hey, it's done. Finally, fuck. Alright, let's see what Grizz is up to. Grizz 1. After arranging everything with Damek, Grizz returned to his office. He had a lot to do, working with both the Rebellion and the Triumvirate. Though his true allegiance was with the rebels, he had to keep up appearances. That meant trying to strike an allegiance with the most unexpected of factions.
No, Alex, you have it all wrong. I only want you to pretend that you're helping the Triumvirate. When the time comes, you'll turn on them and help Damek instead.
You know Nada will never let this happen, right?
Red Fox with Patch, Pirate, Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't care what she thinks. I'm asking you. I have no doubt in my mind. A battle is coming to Mazeo. The Triumvirate will send their forces here for that new idol. I don't know what they want with it, but we need to strike immediately. You'll meet them at the docks and tell them you've been hired to assist. As soon as you get the chance, you'll sabotage the ships and kill them all. That is, except for one ship. Damek will need one to launch his attack on Balteus.
Alright, I'll humor you for a moment. Even if I play along and your rebellion comes to rule Alestia, they'll lift the trade bans, effectively ruining piracy for good.
Yep, he's a pirate. Red Fox Pirate eye patch, it's Foxy.
Why should I fight to kill my own profession?
There are much better things to do in this world, Alex. I could pay you with anything you wanted, or any job you wanted. Just name it, and I'll make it happen. These are dire times, you know.
I doubt this offer extends to the rest of our crew. I'd love a reward and a new job, but not if it screws them over. They'll be doing the bulk of the fighting, not me or Nada. That is, if I can even convince them to do this. One of our core tenets is that we don't take sides.
Even when the victor is clear?
Even so, during the occupation, we fought for our own survival. Both the Triumvirate and the citizens of Mazeo attacked us. We worked for decades to unite the pirates into what they are today. Doing this will split them apart again. You'll make an enemy out of Nada. She's pretty much the leader, and her influence is immeasurable.
I'm well aware of that, and I've taken it into consideration. A divide in your numbers will still give me the right amount of men. You can show the rest of the pirates they're on the wrong side of this. Any divide that comes, I'm sure we can mend it. Besides, Damek hasn't said he's going to harm piracy. I'm sure we can come to some sort of deal, Alex.
No matter what the deal is, you can't win over everybody. As soon as the Triumvirate falls, you'll have another war lined up. Hell, they might even join the White Cloaks out of spite.
I'm willing to take the risk, but I'll do my best to make sure they're satisfied. There will be a place for everyone in our new Alestia. The pirates are in a great position to make demands. As the mayor of Mazeo, I can give you anything you want. There's no way Nada could turn an offer like that down.
Very well. Let's talk terms.
Okay, so he's trying to work with the pirates. Interesting. Let's see what the villains are up to, and then we can end this godforsaken episode. Sovi looked at the sea, taking in every detail of the near-infinite expanse. Still processing the earlier revelations! He gritted his teeth, annoyed. Why did the Triumvirate wait so long to tell him these secrets?
Master, are you okay?
Of course.
There it is again, that dismissive tone. I can tell when something is wrong, you know. There's no need to lie. I'm your apprentice.
It's nothing, Halen.
I think it has to do with what happened earlier. The Triumvirate told you something, didn't they? You're not taking it well. I could tell the entire time.
Very perceptive. Leave me alone.
Sovi, you're acting like a child.
He lets out a deep sigh as his apprentice hounds him for information. It was information! Sorry. It was true, but Sovi didn't want to admit it. He was too prideful.
Please tell me. I want to help you, Sovi. I stand by your side, no matter what.
Are you sure about that, Halen?
Of course. You don't have to tell me what they said, Sovi. But at least tell me what you're feeling.
Sophie took note of Halen's sudden empathy. It was abnormal and somewhat unwelcome. What had changed in the last few hours?
They told me something I wasn't ready to hear. I'm sorry I forgot about you. And I'm sorry for being cross. My thoughts are muddled, Halen. And I'm confused.
How do you plan to deal with that?
For the first time in a while, I don't know. My purpose was always clear, my resolve unwavering. I'm starting to feel like my previous master, before my promotion.
You never did tell me what happened to him.
No, I didn't.
Very well. At least tell me about this purpose of yours. I fight to ensure the reign of the Triumvirate, our gods.
A very clear purpose, and noble to some. For me, things have always been a bit different. I fight to ensure the reign of Alestia's true rulers.
Then what's the issue, Master? It would seem that we share the same purpose.
Sophie sighed again and slumped his shoulder slightly. Until now, everything had been an act to intimidate Shane. Halen could tell Sophie was displaying his true emotions.
Normally, I would agree with you. But now? Now, I'm not so sure.
Ooh. Well, there you have it. Us in the tavern, having done the thing. What we did in this episode, we walked into the tavern. Yeah. We're really trucking along here on this series, and on the next episode, surely we'll maybe step outside. And that'll probably be it again. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the trained unprofessional speaking with the voices in my head when I say...